women's side sold out. UW Fieldhouse here in Madison, Wisconsin. The NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. It's the Long Beach State 49ers and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Hello again, everybody, and welcome. I'm Chris Marlowe. You know, in the 13-year history of NCAA women's collegiate volleyball, no team east of the Mississippi River has ever won a national championship. Today, Penn State hopes to change all that. Meanwhile, Long Beach State won it all back in 1989, and the 49ers come in confident that they can do it again. Happy to have working with me Ann Myers. You know her as a basketball Hall of Famer, but she also found time to star in volleyball at UCLA. And Ann, a couple of factors that will come into play. The California mystique and this huge crowd. What about it? Well, I don't think the Penn State team is really mystified at all by the California mystique. They think they can play volleyball on the East Coast. And then the crowd. They are the Big Ten champs. You're playing in Wisconsin, a Big Ten conference. And then Jenny MYSZEWSKI, who's a sophomore from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, outside of Milwaukee, and she is going to have the crowd behind her. The crowd is behind her. If you're talking about Long Beach State, the best offensive team in the country for the last 5 years, they have a great player in Danielle Scott, the National Player of the Year. Well, 6'2" senior just does it all. She jumps, she's fast, she's quick, she digs the ball, she blocks. I mean, she is such an athlete, and that's one of the reasons she is Player of the Year. A lot of people think Penn State can win this volleyball match. Balanced offense, great defense, and a tremendous leader, the Big Ten Player of the Year, SALIMA Davidson. SALIMA Davidson, a great setter. She gets good passes. She's going to mix things up as far as her hitters are concerned and try and confuse the defense of Long Beach State. All right, can East beat West for the first time ever? We'll find out. Long Beach State and Penn State. The crowd revved up and ready to go here at the UW Fieldhouse. Let's now meet the players who will participate in today's match. First, for Long Beach State, they have three outside hitters that you will see. Nichelle Burton, Britta Schwerm, and Michelle Jones. Burton, a 5'10" junior, would be the star player on any other team. The middle blockers, Danielle Scott and Tracy Dahl. The setter is a good one, a second-team All-America, Joy McKenzie. And the specialist, Chrissy Sether in the front row, Shawnee Hayes, Prentice Perkins in the back line. The head coach in his 9th year, he's already won one national championship, Brian Gimolaro. For Penn State, three solid outside hitters, Laura Cook, Zeynep Tan, and Jen Reimers. The middle blockers, Jenny MYSZEWSKI and Sondi Lamoureux. The setter for the Nittany Lions, versatile Salima Davidson. And the specialists, Farlow, Otero, and Rottinghouse. They have played a vital role with their defense all season long. Russ Rose, in his 15th year, the 1990 Coach of the Year, looking for his first national championship. The women's rules, best 3 out of 5 games wins a match, each game to 15 points, and if we get to the 5th game, rally scoring will be invoked. We are set, ready to go. Our first referee, Verna Klubnikin. Long Beach State will serve first. Prentice Perkins putting the ball into play. Long Beach in the dark uniforms, Penn State in white. And Penn State hits it out of bounds. So Long Beach State gets the first point. The 49ers lead 1-0. MYSZEWSKI making the error. Danielle Scott, number 2, the National Player of the Year. Keep your eye on her. And the put away for Penn State. Side out. There you can see you get a good pass, you're going to get a good set and a good put away. That time Long Beach State not able to close up the block. Number 4, Jen Reimers, the junior from Lincoln, with the serve. And the put away. Michelle Jones, the freshman from Colorado. One of the unique aspects of Brian Gimolaro's offense. Now Jones will not play the rest of this game as Shawnee Hayes checks in. One of those specialists you're talking about, Ann. Shawnee Hayes, a good server also for Long Beach State. Plays good defense in that back row for Long Beach State. 1-0 Long Beach. And Long Beach makes a mistake and hits it out of bounds. Penn State will get the side out or possession. You know, it's such a funny game, Chris. Both teams really try to feel each other out, and that momentum can get things going. The first game is so important. Salima Davidson, the leader for Penn State with the serve. Chance for a Penn State point. Tan is blocked. Amazing athletic ability by Danielle Scott. Tan, the lefty looked like she just had it wide open. All of a sudden, Danielle Scott came out of nowhere. 1-0, 49ers with the serve. British Worm puts it in play. Ton, Doug, and off the hands, out of bounds. Joy McKenzie gives Long Beach its second point.
It's really important for Sandy Lamoureux to be up there at that net and get some blocks for Penn State.
Number 5, McKenzie, the setter, and one of the leaders for Long Beach. Ace! 3-0, Long Beach.
Great serving by Long Beach State.
Once again, it's British Worm. Another dig by Long Beach. Scott again. Danielle Scott.
The block was there for Penn State, but Danielle Scott is so good because she uses the block to make it go out of bounds. You see the block go up, 2 players up, and she just uses it. The strategy of Penn State coming into this match is to put 2 blockers up against Danielle Scott.
Head coach Russ Rose feels Scott is the one he has to stop. Cool, calm, and collected is Rose. However, right now, his team trailing to Long Beach 4-0. And another ball hit out of bounds. Now 5-0 Beach.
Well, some jitters by Penn State. They're a very young team, first time in the Final Four.
Back set, Ton. Another dig by Long Beach. Scott put it away.
Danielle Scott just puts that one down for a big kill for Long Beach State, but Penn State really has to get their rotation going around defensively to get that dig if they're not going to get blocks up.
Penn State takes a timeout. Long Beach State, led by the National Player of the Year, Danielle Scott, has gotten off to a fast start. The 49ers lead it here in Game 1, 6-0.
CBS Sports presentation of the NCAA Championships is sponsored by Charles Schwab and Company, helping investors help themselves, offering investors no-fee accounts and other innovative services.
The whole idea of saving for retirement is to get ahead. But if your IRA has annual fees and mutual fund sales charges, it can set you back from the start. To make all your money work for you, put it into a Schwab no annual fee IRA. You can choose from over 200 no-load mutual funds and pay no sales charges. And this performance guide is yours free when you open an account. So to make all your IRA money work for you,
maybe it's time to come to Schwab.
Laura Glenn is being dragged down by a tough cold, but she's about to break free with an effervescent rush of relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Pills take time to dissolve, but Alka-Seltzer Plus is ready the moment you take it, rushing powerful medicines to soothe your aches, relieve your runny nose, free your breathing. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Everybody thinks programming a VCR is so incredibly complicated. Record Channel 3 Sunday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. What's the problem?
Magnavox, the only VCR with Smart Talk remote. Smart, very smart.
Who makes the only TV with the Smart Sound feature, which ensures your volume will stay at normal levels, even when something like this comes on?
Magnavox, smart, very smart.
Yes! No use shouting, old man.
Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships here in Madison, Wisconsin. 48 teams started off in the tournament. It came down to a top 4. Long Beach State and Florida in the semifinal. Long Beach State won it 3-0, and then Penn State outlasted BYU to advance. Penn State and Long Beach State. Well, the 49ers got off to a quick start, but Penn State came back.
Well, they really did, Chris. They finally settled down, got the jitters out, and played great defense against the 49ers. They started to get them into long rallies, and when they did that, they got side outs, they were blocking, putting away kills, and they also got the crowd behind them, and that really pumped them up.
An NCAA record crowd on hand, 21,000 over 2 days, over 11,000 for this championship final. Penn State in white, serving, trailing Long Beach by 2. Chris Marlowe and Ann Myers with you. Game 1. McKenzie, back set. Penn State chance for point here. Reimers. Back set, MYSZEWSKI, dink, she puts it away.
And Jenny MYSZEWSKI really fakes everybody out. Looks like she's going to go up for a big, hard swing and just dinks it over the net.
And the hometown crowd really likes MYSZEWSKI from nearby Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. It's 11-12. Penn State trying to tie it up, and they do.
Penn State really playing good volleyball right now. Defensively, they're digging the ball against Long Beach State, also taking advantage of Danielle Scott in the back row. And Long Beach State's making a lot of mistakes.
Cook with the serve, ace! Cook ace Danielle Scott, and Penn State has its first lead. 13-12. Timeout, Long Beach State.
Well, this is really a good timeout, Chris, for Long Beach State. They need it. They need to slow things down against Penn State. They're really flustered right now. They need to pull themselves together and get things going, not make so many mistakes. Penn State, they are the aggressors right now. They're very determined. They're digging the ball, playing great defense. And Long Beach State, they're doing the things they want to, blocking it. But all of a sudden, there's Penn State, and they're getting the job done.
The sold-out crowd roaring on every play, mostly for Penn State. Game one so important to both these teams. For Brian Gimellaro, his team has won 30 out of 31 matches when it has won game one.
And look at this, Chris. 10 out of 13 points with Danielle Scott in the back row. That's where Penn State is taking advantage.
And Scott is anchored there right now. Laura Cook has served brilliantly. Penn State with a 1-point lead here in game one. Whip it over to Allison Carpenter. Oh, and she puts it away. The freshman who's only been in for a couple of rotations. She got it down, and now Burton will serve. Long dink. Long Beach will set Carpenter again. Davidson with a dink. And off the hands, out of bounds. Long Beach ties it up at 13.
Penn State was right there. That time the ball was just out of control for them to keep it in play.
Brian Gimellaro telling his server where to put it. Nichelle Burton again. Left side, Long Beach with another dig to take the lead. Score! Britta Schwirm with a big kill.
Well, Britta Schwirm, she had the block up, but she knew exactly where to put it. She saw the deep corner wide open.
Russ Rose will now substitute. Freshman Heidi Rottinghouse comes in. Long Beach serving for the game. Nichelle Burton. Davidson, back set. Dig! Oh! Long Beach got it up, and they keep it in play. Davidson. And the put away, Jenny MYSZEWSKI.
Well, the first time Long Beach State was able to dig it, that time Jenny MYSZEWSKI puts it down for the kill.
Now MYSZEWSKI will serve to try to tie it up. 14-13 Long Beach, game one. McKenzie, left side. Off the top of the hands, Britta Schwirm with another kill.
Schwirm does a good job hitting the hands to get the ball out of bounds.
Danielle Scott is back into the front line for Long Beach. Second game point. Reimers, that's it. Reimers hit it into the bottom of the net. And Long Beach has won game one of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, 15-13.
Someone wilted. Stand by, 17.
College can be a bridge to the future. It's a place where you're free to express yourself. A time to find out what you're really capable of. But when testing your limits involves alcohol. When breaking away includes drinking and driving. When expressing yourself includes losing control, the lessons you learn in college may not help you get anywhere at all.
Our generation must lead the country into the next century. We must prepare ourselves to meet the challenge. We can't control the future if drugs control our lives.
If you or someone you know needs help or information concerning drug abuse, call this toll-free number, 1-800-662-HELP. This message provided by the NCAA.
A stellar field of Olympic medalists and World Cup champions compete at the Visa Champions Cup, Sunday on CBS Sports.
Chris Marlowe and Ann Myers back at the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. Long Beach State won game one, 15-13. Angie Farlow. She graduates, but everybody else will be back for Russ Rose's Penn State club next year. They'll be a big factor in the national championship hunt.
Also in the Big Ten.
As we start game two, and right off the bat, Salima Davidson blocks on the left side for a point.
Lamoureux and Davidson, a double block up there for Penn State. They've been able to get two blockers up.
Farlow once again, Long Beach in the dark uniforms. Poked up and played over. Nice play by Penn State.
That's what's keeping Penn State right there. There, Danielle Scott hits it out of bounds. Tries to go down the line because cross court was taken away.
Scott, normally a middle hitter, as Farlow continues to serve 2-0 in game two. Another dig. That was Farlow. To Scott. Oh, what a dig by Ton. Fantastic play. There's Ton again. Chance for a point.
She's just all over the place.
Another dig. That one is out of bounds. So Long Beach showing patience. Swerm with 5 kills so far.
Britta Swerm, one of the unknown players for Long Beach State, has made some key kills for the Beach.
Shawnee Hayes is in, the defensive specialist. Good serve, low and tight. Long Beach with its chance for a point.
Quick kill by Danielle Scott. The double block was there. She saw it, though, and she's able to wipe it right past Salima Davidson. Nobody touches it. Here you see the defense trying to adjust to Danielle Scott being in the front row, and they just can't get to it.
Number 2, Danielle Scott, if she continues at her pace, will set a new career hitting percentage record after this match is over. She has been brilliant all year long, and she blocks another one.
That time Long Beach State was ready for Salima Davidson trying to dump it over.
So Long Beach gets a point. This is game 2. Long Beach State won game 1, 15-13. But Penn State has the momentum here in game 2 as that ball drops.
And that's what Penn State likes, Chris. They want those long rallies. They want to make Long Beach State play defense, keep the ball in play.
Part of the strategy of Big Ten Coach of the Year, Russ Rose. 2-2 here in game 2. McKenzie back set, and Scott punches it down the line.
Big kill by Danielle Scott. The player of the year comes around. She's so hard to defend. They got the block up. And you see the defense trying to get in position, but she puts it down so quick they can't get underneath it.
Too hard and too fast as Scott records another kill. Zaynep Ton is dug. Long Beach can get a point here. Scott, oh, she missed one. She's human after all.
And Zaynep Ton, only a sophomore for this team, played on the junior national team in Turkey. She is a key player for Penn State.
Big Ten Player of the Year, Salima Davidson with the serve. McKenzie, and it's dug. Penn State trying to get another point here. Scott rejected. So Penn State has blocked Danielle Scott. Sandy Lamoureux, number 14, did it.
Well, the Nittany Lions really knew where that ball was going that time, and Scott didn't have a chance.
Burton cranks one down.
What's so nice that Long Beach State has a player other than Danielle Scott that they can go to in Nichelle Burton.
Burton, a first-team All-America, along with Danielle Scott, who is now in the back line, and she will serve. Penn State up by 1. Left side, Cook pounds it.
Well, this is a great rotation for Penn State. They need to take advantage of Danielle Scott in that back row. And also Penn State has some of their big hitters with MYSZEWSKI and Cook in that front row, so they need to put the ball away.
Sandy Lamoureux serving. McKenzie sets left, and Burton hits it out of bounds. Another point to Penn State.
Zeynep Tom was right there for the block, but Nichelle Burton makes a mistake.
4-2 Penn State. Burton coming again, and she rips one.
Well, that time, instead of going to the line, said, give me the cross court, and puts it away.
Velocity so important in volleyball. Hitting hard. And both teams doing it well now as Penn State gets possession. Laura Cook with the spike.
And this is the kind of strategy that Penn State likes. A lot of side outs, long rallies.
Zeynep Tan, the lefty from Istanbul, Turkey, with the serve. Once again, Long Beach in the dark uniforms, Penn State in white. And through the block, Jen Reimers puts it away. Penn State starting to get some momentum after losing game 1 to Long Beach, 15-13.
And this is the best scoring rotation for Penn State. Tan is their best server. There, Danielle Scott has trouble passing the ball. And the worst rotation for Long Beach State was Scott in the back row.
Penn State can get a point here. Reimers cranks it. Penn State's biggest lead, 6-2. Long Beach timeout. The momentum is clearly swung to the Penn State Nittany Lions.
My dandruff itches. I'll try anything. Denorex feels tingly, not the Head and Shoulders.
Both have effective dandruff medicine, but Denorex has something extra that tingles.
That's why I started using Denorex. No flakes, no itch.
Denorex, the serious dandruff shampoo.
What do you smell?
I can't smell anything. My nose is clogged, yeah.
For fast relief, try Dristan 12-hour nasal spray. Now smell.
It's an orange. Dristan nasal spray just works incredibly fast.
Dristan, the face of relief today.
Leaving your job means deciding where to put your retirement distribution. Rolling it into an IRA is smart, but paying annual fees and mutual fund sales charges at the start can set you back. To put all your money to work, roll it into a Schwab no annual fee IRA. You can choose from over 200 mutual funds and pay no sales charges. And this performance guide is yours free when you open an account. So to make all your rollover money work for you,
maybe it's time to come to Schwab.
Corning presents an exciting debut, Pink Plus, a new insulation that's silky to the touch. The reason? Pink Plus is our famous pink fiberglass insulation wrapped in smooth pink poly, which also makes it extra easy to install. So get in touch with a premier insulation. For the Pink Plus dealer nearest you, call 1-800-GET-PINK.
Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships. Traditionally, West Coast teams have been in the championship final. But this year, for the first time, an East Coast team makes it to the championship final. You're talking about foreign influence. 36 players from 13 countries represented in the NCAA tournament this year. Game 2, Penn State got off to a good start, but Long Beach roared back.
Well, Penn State was able to put up the double blocks on against Danielle Scott and fluster Long Beach State. So Long Beach State had better strategy. They started playing good defense and mixing things up, going to other players, getting other players involved. So Penn State wasn't sure where to go, and the blocks weren't there. Long Beach State was able to put them away.
Long Beach State fans feeling invigorated. Their team leading now in Game 2, 12-8. Salima Davidson for Penn State in white serving. Scott blocked again.
That time it was a triple block against Danielle Scott.
No secret that Penn State putting their blockers on Scott. Long Beach trying to work around it. Dig by Penn State. Point coming, perhaps? Not yet. Good dig by Long Beach. And Danielle Scott appears to be a bit frustrated right now.
Well, especially when you're the player of the year, you've got to make things happen. And if things aren't going your way, you've got to do other things. She's got to use the block to her advantage.
Penn State double teaming Scott every opportunity. Here she comes again. She's blocked. Oh, what a fabulous play by Zeynep Tan. And the ball was hit out of bounds. Number 7, Zeynep Tan, speared that one up right-handed. She's a lefty hand.
Well, give credit to Danielle Scott as far as trying to put it away. That time she was doing something positive, but Tan just made a great defensive play.
Another dig. Longer rallies seem to favor Penn State. Not that time as Nichelle Burton cranks it through.
That time the ball went to Nichelle Burton, who hasn't been getting the ball that much, and she put it down for the kill.
12-11, Long Beach by 1. Ball is blocked out of bounds by Burton. And Penn State will get possession. Chance to tie here for Penn State. Wow. Free ball. Easy play. Reimers dug by Long Beach. But out of bounds. Penn State has tied it up. Kahn continues to serve. And it's out.
Long Beach State making a lot of hitting errors.
Salima Davidson, number 1, leading this comeback. Dahl puts it away. Tracy Dahl from Cerritos, California. Clutch kill there. As Allison Carpenter comes in. She had that big kill in game 1 to keep Long Beach afloat. 12 serving 13. Dug by Carpenter. McKenzie, oh, she tried to shoot it over. Penn State has it.
Great defense by both teams, and this Penn State likes a long rally.
Davidson, back set, and the put away. MYSZEWSKI again.
Penn State has really been patient. They like the long rallies. They're the ones that it's paying off for. They have scored 5 straight points in the long rally. So Long Beach State has to try and put the ball away a lot quicker against this Nittany Lion team.
Senior Angie Farlow in. A 1-point lead now for Penn State. As that ball's out. The ball was hit out of bounds, and now Penn State just 1 point away from winning a game. First game point for the Nittany Lions.
Good serve.
And that's it. It's out of bounds, and Penn State has tied it up. The Big Ten crowd roaring here in Madison, Wisconsin. We are tied 1 game apiece. We'll be back with more after this and a message from your local station.
What is so radical about wanting to know who your parents were? Isn't that very normal?
Sunday on 60 Minutes. Monday's Evening Shades election night.
You can feel the love in the room, can't you?
I'm going to bury you, fat boy.
And wait till you see who the new mayor is.
I don't believe it.
Then, if Dad's a goofball, is he setting a good example for the kids?
You got a note from the principal? Hey, if she can't take a joke, she can kiss my monkey.
All new Dave's World after Evening Shade, Monday. This is CBS.
You're not going to believe it till you see it. The grand opening of Oak Express, an incredible selection of oak furniture at the lowest prices Huntington has ever seen. Dinettes, dinets, entertainment centers, home office furniture, chairs, TV stands, and more. Hardwood chairs from just $39. TV carts from $36. 5-piece hardwood dinette sets from $365, and roll-top desks from $389. And every item is in stock and ready to go. Don't miss the grand opening of Oak Express, Mall Road and Route 60 just south of the mall.
For fun, excitement, chills, and spills, for drama, action, and lots of thrills, for a patriotic, wholesome show, the rodeo's the place to go. See champion cowboys try their luck on Bronson bulls that really buck. Pretty cowgirls have their fun on fast horses that love to run. Brahma bulls that play real rough, and daring clowns that are mighty tough. So grab your hat and shine your boots, hoop and holler and let her loose.
It's the International Championship Rodeo in the Charleston Civic Center, January 13th through 16th. Get tickets now at the Charleston Civic Center, Ticketmaster, or charge by phone.
Action News this morning, weekdays at 6 a.m. on Action 13.
Chestnuts not the only things roasting on the open fire here in Madison, Wisconsin. Been a very unusual national semifinal. One team from the West, Long Beach State, one team from the South, Florida, they matched up, and then two teams that had never made it in before, BYU and Penn State, are finalists, Long Beach and Penn State. Here in Madison, they're chalking up plenty of W's as the University of Wisconsin has begun flexing its athletic muscle. Fans are pretty excited about what's going on in the old field house. Yeah, a sports program that's making some big-time noise around the nation. Hockey's always been a strong suit. I mean, hey, we're in Wisconsin. But right now, fans are talking about the Badger basketball team. Yeah, some high-fiving and some slam dunking going on as Wisconsin has cracked the top 20. Everywhere you look, there's tradition. But now the athletic department is forging new traditions. The first trip to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California since 1963. You know, somehow, I don't think these kids' parents were camping out in line for souvenirs back then. Another program on the move, the Wisconsin women's volleyball team under head coach John Cook. They made it to the NCAA second round this year and figure to be a contender in the Big Ten next year. We are in between games back at the field house, an NCAA record crowd on hand, and when you talk about records, you have to talk about Danielle Scott.
At the All-American Luncheon, honoring the top volleyball players in the country, the top honor went to the Division I player, Danielle Scott.
Danielle Scott of Long Beach State is the 1993 NCAA Division I ABCA National Player of the Year.
It's a great honor, but as far as winning like the championship, it has nothing to do with that, but I'm really excited to get that honor, and it's become sort of a tradition. Yes, I'm the third player to get it, and I'm very excited to have it and represent our school with it.
Danielle was not the greatest player when she was a freshman. Now she's the best player. I was so proud. I was proud as a father today when Danielle stood up there. It's 4 out of 6 years we've had Player of the Year.
Danielle Scott, not only an individual player, but the consummate team player, looking for a national championship. And other Players of the Year honored from Division II, Stacy Metro out of Northern Michigan, and Division III, Amy Albers out of Washington.
Stay with us. Long Beach State and Penn State tied 1 game apiece.
Imagine a deodorant that keeps a man feeling as clean and fresh as this all through the day. Well, this is it. It's Ban for Men. Clean and fresh because it goes on clear. And Ban for Men sets up a clear shield of protection that fights odor-causing bacteria for a full 24 hours. So feel this clean, this fresh. Try Clear Ban for Men deodorant. And now, Ban for Men comes in new antiperspirant formula. It's the first clear solid that helps keep you dry.
There are lots of reasons to buy life insurance. Here are 2 great ones. I'm State Farm Agent Mike Foy. As the Goff family has grown, so have their life insurance needs. That's why we get together for family insurance checkups. I make sure to explain all the options, then they decide on the plan that's right for them. Ask your State Farm agent for a family insurance checkup. It's a great way to learn about life.
Jim Fansler's cold won't give him a minute's rest. But he's about to break free with an effervescent rush of relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime. It speeds powerful medicines to free your breathing, relieve your runny nose, soothe your aches, and quiet your cough so you can rest, all without alcohol. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime.
Welcome back to the NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championships here in Madison, Wisconsin. Chris Marlowe along with Ann Myers. Long Beach State and Penn State each have won a game. The match tied up. Let's take a look at Game 3 highlights. Early on, Penn State came out and served very tough, Ann.
They really did. Long Beach State had a lot of trouble handling their serves because Long Beach State could not get the good passes up. They were not able to be effective with Danielle Scott in the front row like she has been in the past, but Penn State really took control, breaking things down against Long Beach State. They slowed it down. They had long rallies, and Long Beach State had a lot of trouble handling Penn State and their hitters.
Interestingly, superstar Danielle Scott went out to get her ankle retaped. After a brief exit, she came back in, but it didn't help much because Penn State went up by 4, 11-7.
Well, they stayed aggressive, Chris, and they were putting the ball away, but Danielle Scott, she was frustrated in the front row, went to the back row in this third game, and started to be much more effective for her team. And with Scott serving, Long Beach State started playing better. They were digging the ball, putting the ball away, getting side outs, and also Scott was able to serve aces.
The beach was suddenly on fire, and the largest crowd in college volleyball history went quiet. The best rally of this game right here. A key one for Long Beach State. Good defense, good offense, and finally a terminating play for the beach out of the middle.
Well, Tracy Dahl, the other middle blocker, comes up with a big kill for Long Beach State.
Long Beach got the point. This was game point for the beach to wrap up game 3. A touch. McKenzie with a set to the left and the put away. And Long Beach State just one game away from winning the Division I title. In Division II, the champion, Northern Michigan. In Division III, Washington University. Stay with us. Game 4, Long Beach State, Penn State, coming up next.
The whole idea of saving for retirement is to get ahead. But if your IRA has annual fees and mutual fund sales charges, it can set you back from the start. To make all your money work for you, put it into a Schwab no annual fee IRA. You can choose from over 200 no-load mutual funds and pay no sales charges. And this performance guide is yours free when you open an account. So to make all your IRA money work for you,
maybe it's time to come to Schwab.
My Dandruff shampoo is good.
Better try something else. Mine really works.
You'd better try something else, like Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it more than all leading brands. Selsun Blue, doctor recommended #1.
Recently, I switched pain relievers from Tylenol to Advil. You see, I got these really pounding headaches. I found 2 Advil worked better than 2 Tylenol gel caps. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
From Red Grange to the modern grace of Olympian Tracy Corkins, the flavor and pageantry of all 21 men's and women's collegiate sports come alive at the NCAA Visitor Center. Come celebrate the magic moments in college sports at the NCAA Visitor Center, open year-round in Kansas City.
The Cowboys crushed the Giants in Dallas.
But Sunday on CBS, they meet at Giants Stadium.
In what promises to be the game of the year.
Talk about your Happy New Year.
We're big fans.
Chris Marlowe and Ann Myers back at the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. Long Beach leading 2-1 over Penn State. If Long Beach wins this game, the 49ers are the champs. Penn State with the serve. Long Beach in the dark uniforms. The set left, and it's hit out of bounds, and Penn State now leads 3-0.
Penn State has to stay aggressive, not only on their serving, but their defense. They've got to keep forcing turnovers or errors by Long Beach State.
Davison, whip it left side, and Zane Epton is dug. Good play by Schwerm. Oh, she hit it out.
Schwerm, 2 hitting errors in a row. Those are the things that are really hurting Long Beach State in this match.
Jen Reimers continues to serve, and she whips up the ace. 5-0 Penn State. Crowd going ape. McKenzie to Scott.
Great dig.
And Penn State plays it over. McKenzie kill. Joy McKenzie, the setter and leader for this Long Beach State team, #5, had a great year.
Good aggressive play by Long Beach State because Penn State had a great dig.
Schwerm with the serve, 5-0 Penn State. That's a block, and Long Beach is on the board.
It shows you how quickly the momentum changes.
Nichelle Burton, #11, got the stuff. And Britta Schwerm continues to serve. They dig Hahn again. And Burton puts it away. Nichelle Burton starting to come on, and she has been very, very impressive.
Nichelle Burton had 2 blockers right there, and when Danielle Scott's not there, Joy McKenzie is going to Nichelle Burton, and she's putting the ball away.
5-2 Penn State. Oh, and now it is 5-3 as Scott rips one home.
Danielle Scott up in the front, ready for the block, But it's a bad pass by Penn State. It goes over the net. It's a free ball for Danielle Scott, and she just puts it away. Penn State having trouble making mistakes.
British Worm, one of the keys to the Long Beach State attack this year with the serve. And the defensive play.
Great defense by both teams. They're really hustling after the ball. Good dig.
McKenzie, Scott, and she puts it down. Danielle Scott, and always the outlet. She is always there to put the ball away.
That's one of the reasons she is the player of the year.
4 in a row for Long Beach State. Ace!
What a big serve by British Worm. Really puts Long Beach State right into this game. The momentum has shifted right back to the 49ers.
Ryan Gemellaro watches his team tie it up 5-5. Game 4. Penn State in trouble. Big trouble as Long Beach scores again. Too many contacts.
Long Beach State being really aggressive up at the net. Burton and Scott jumped every time that ball was right there.
Ton, once again, another dig. And a put away.
Michelle Burton, a big kill for Long Beach State, turning things around.
7 straight points scored by Long Beach. Timeout, Penn State.
Some people get nasal congestion, but if you get sinus congestion, use a sinus spray like Sinex. Only Sinex has a decongestant plus Vicks Vapors, so you can feel your swollen passages open up. For sinus, think Sinex.
A few weeks ago, while doing some test shots with Debbie, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. Unlike regular shampoos, Head & Shoulders help stop flakes from even forming. You see the difference? Head & Shoulders turns dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
When we asked some denture wearers why they don't use an adhesive, they didn't have a lot to say.
Don't need it.
My dentures fit fine.
No problems here.
But after we gave them Fix-A-Dent, they just couldn't say enough.
It's amazing, the difference.
It's a great new feeling of security.
Comfort.
Confidence.
I just plain forget I have them.
That's because Fix-A-Dent adjusts to the unique contours of your dentures and gums, forming a thin, powerful seal for a better hold than you ever thought possible.
I could just kick myself for not doing this sooner.
Find out for yourself what it feels like to Fix-A-Dent and forget it.
Search. Search. What is it, boy? Hey, I think we got something over here. Good dog.
The economy is finally inching upward.
We'll try to put this all in perspective for you.
The CBS Evening News, team to cover your world.
This week, Dave welcomes Jane Pauley, Bo Bridges, Sandra Bernhard, Rosie O'Donnell, Itzhak Perlman, Chris Elliott, and Dana Delaney this week.
Welcome back to the NCAA Championship Final here in Madison, Wisconsin. Chris Marlowe and Ann Myers, Long Beach State and Penn State. Penn State with the serve, wearing white uniforms. Long Beach State is ahead, however. Nichelle Burton, did she get the touch? No, she finally hit one out of bounds. Burton makes the error, and Penn State gets a point.
It's one of the reasons Penn State has stayed in this whole match, Chris, is the fact that Long Beach State has made a lot of hitting errors.
They'll set left to Burton, and she's blocked. Big Penn State wall, number 14, Sandy Lamoureux.
Lamoureux up there along with Ton for the double block, and Burton hits right into it.
Salima Davidson to serve. Penn State within 1. They go to Burton again, and she puts it away. When Danielle Scott was cold early in this match, 49ers went to Nichelle Burton, and she responded. Here comes Tracy Dahl, the other middle blocker, back into the front line, number 1. Scott serving. Blocked.
Big point by Long Beach State, because this is the rotation in the first 2 games that hurt Long Beach State with Scott in the back row. She needs to score points.
Joy McKenzie got the block. 9-7 as that ball served into the antenna. That's out of bounds, so Penn State will have it. Now Claudette Otero to serve, 5'3" freshman out of Tampa. And McKenzie throws it out of bounds, trying to jam it. So Penn State trying to put some pressure on by rotating their little people, their good defensive people in the back line, trying to keep the rallies going. Otero serving again. And Burton sizzles one through.
Good play by Long Beach State. That time Nichelle Burton only had one blocker up against her. The other two for Penn State went up with the middle blocker, Dahl.
McKenzie serves the ace. Long Beach State leading 2-1. If they win this game, the title is theirs.
This is a solid rotation for Long Beach State. With McKenzie in the back row, you have 3 hitters in the front row.
Big trouble here for Penn State. Long Beach, Dahl. She got blocked. Jenny MYSZEWSKI was there for Penn State.
Jenny MYSZEWSKI has been solid all match long for Penn State. She's been right there.
Zeynep Khan, the lefty. Good rotation now for Penn State. 10-8 is our score. Burton bangs it out of bounds. Point, Nittany Lions.
Penn State has to keep the pressure on.
Long Beach by 1. Burton getting a lot of sets now. She digs to tie it up. Not yet.
Good dig.
Reimers.
Both teams really after the ball.
Oh, Otero got it up. Claudette Otero swung it over. Reimers got it! Claudette Otero, number 15, unbelievable.
What a great rally. Neither team wants to see this ball hit the floor, but Reimers a little touch shot. And look at Otero from the ground.
Slap shot, yeah. Timeout taken by Long Beach. We are tied 10-all in game 4.
Everybody thinks programming a VCR is so incredibly complicated. Record Channel 3 Sunday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. What's the problem?
5'3" Claudette Otero for Penn State has sparked the Nittany Lions to a 12-10 lead here in game 4. Chris Marlowe and Ann Myers, Penn State, trying to hold off Long Beach, who leads the match 2-1. Scott coming around. Oh, and she puts it away. Danielle Scott coming up big.
And she cranked that one to give Long Beach State a point.
Shawnee Hayes continues to serve. Long Beach trailing by 1. Oh, and she serves it into the net. So the error by the freshman gives Penn State the ball.
Penn State has to keep things going. Keep that momentum on their side.
Burton. And Burton jams it. Did she get a touch? No, it's out of bounds. Point, Penn State.
Penn State has to win this game to send it to 5.
Salima Davidson with the serve. Scott blocked. Played up by Hayes. Burton blocked and down. Lamoureux.
2 roofs in a row for Penn State.
Now the Nittany Lions with their first game point. This would send it to a 5th game. Burton. Kaboom! Nichelle Burton.
Wow, not this time around, Nichelle Burton says.
And now Danielle Scott rotates to the back line where she was at the end of game 3. Ton.
Good save.
Set left. Long Beach with a dig. Cook. Got it. Laura Cook. Down the line she goes.
Salima Davidson really likes it. Penn State really pumped up.
Second game point as the Big Ten crowd cheering Claudette Otero. Spectacular dig moments ago. Back in. Whip it left side to Burton. Again. Danielle Scott may be the player of the year, but Nichelle Burton, number 11, is the player of the match so far.
Burton has really come through for Long Beach State as far as putting the kills down.
Joy McKenzie to serve. Long Beach trailing here in game 4. Underdog Penn State trying to pull out a game. Left side, Burton. Kahn with a day. Oh, it drops!
Salima Davidson standing right there, letting the ball drop right in front of her. You've got to go after it in a situation like this.
Thought it was out of bounds. Long Beach gets a point. McKenzie continues to serve. Long Beach leads this match 2-1. And the Beach is there again. Dahl kills it. No, yes, no, they got it over. Penn State with a dig now. Dahl kills it. I thought that ball was down for sure.
Dahl puts it down the second time, but great hustle by Penn State. Defensively, they've stayed in this match.
13-14 as Long Beach has come back. Penn State needs a kill.
There's a great dig.
Long Beach, Burton. What a dig. Otero again. They'll set Burton. And she puts it away. 27 kills for NICHELLE Burton. We are tied at 14. Long Beach 2 points away from the title. As the ball squeaked through Angie Camber, who was in, the freshman, clutch kill.
Penn State really needs to take advantage and score points right here.
14-14, Schwerm got it. Britta Schwerm, number 10.
Celebrating a little bit too early against Penn State. You cannot quit.
Scott back in the front line for Long Beach. Good news. Dahl is out. Here comes Prentice Perkins, the best server for Long Beach. Left side, Reimers rejected. Scott and Sether. Championship point for Long Beach. And Brian Gimolaro.
Penn State has to get a good pass, get a side out.
Perkins. Dave can score. Long Beach wins it. The second NCAA title for the Beach in the last 5 years.
And the scrappy, tenacious Nittany Lions gave the Beach all they could handle.
Long Beach State, the best in the West, the best in the nation. And Penn State serving notice that Eastern teams can play volleyball with the best of them. And what a moment for Joy McKenzie and her setting coach, former Olympic star Debbie Green. Brian Gimolaro, a near miss in 91. This may ease the pain. One more look at match point for Long Beach and Penn State. The reason you're named the most valuable player in the country. Danielle Scott, number 2 with the block when it counts the most. The NCAA championship on the line, and then celebration. So the 49ers win it. Let's join Ann Myers.
Well, defensively, you came back. You guys really dug the ball well. NICHELLE Burton, they came right back to you, and you were killing it.
I have to. I can't talk. I don't have much
no voice left. Well, I know you guys are sticking together, but Danielle, a little frustrating out there for a while, but then your teammates came through for you and also started serving the ball well, didn't you?
Well, when I get out of the back row, and they're doing a great job in the front row and keeping me serving, I like that as much as being in the front row because I know my team is coming through for me, and I'm doing my job in the back row.
Congratulations, you certainly did finish it. And Long Beach State, the 1993 NCAA volleyball champions for this year. Chris, back to you.
A tremendous year, a tremendous coaching job by Brian Gimolaro. The 49ers win the 1993 NCAA title.
The 1993 national champion.
CBS Sports presentation of the NCAA Championships is sponsored by Charles Schwab and Company, helping investors help themselves. offering investors no-fee accounts and other innovative services.
A reminder, join Greg Gumbel and Terry Bradshaw.
They love their volleyball in Lincoln, and it showed last night. Top-ranked Nebraska remained unbeaten with a 3-game sweep of Colorado. Now Terry Pettit's club faces its toughest test, a date with Penn State. The national runners-up a year ago, the Lady Lions cruised past Notre Dame in the other semifinal to stay on track to get back to the championship. It's Nebraska and Penn State next on Prime. Coliseum in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's the Penn State Lady Lions versus the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Tonight's match was sold out in minutes, and they were standing in line for hours just to get in because, as they say in volleyball, there is no place like Nebraska. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Dolman, and it's great to have you with us for this Mid-East Regional Final. We have a dynamite matchup with Nebraska taking on Penn State. The Cornhuskers are the only team in the nation to finish the regular season unbeaten, while Penn State, last year's national runner-up, well, they think they have a team that's capable of taking that final championship step. Working with me is Kathy Cunningham, and Kathy, we have two teams that are great teams with great coaches. This is the matchup everybody wanted.
You bet, Bill. As the national rankings show, these are two great teams. Penn State has a bit of an advantage as they have 5 major contributors from last year's team starting here tonight. But the Cornhuskers have proven all year long why they're the #1 team.
And both of these teams took similar roads to get to this point in the tournament. Penn State defeated Ball State 3-0, and then last night in the semifinals down Notre Dame rather easily, another 3-0 sweep. Nebraska likewise just 6 games in the tournament so far, beating George Washington and Colorado last night. Both of these teams are good, well, because they have very good setters.
You bet. Both of them are very comparable. Both are intense, fiery competitors. But the main difference here tonight is going to be experience. Davidson for Penn State is a senior setter, and she started all 4 years of her career. Whereas Johnson, this is her first year as the starting setter. But she's at home, so that could help.
Penn State has the experience. Nebraska has the energy. Penn State has a very balanced attack, but when they need something, they go to Laura Cook.
You bet. Laura Cook is an outside hitter. She does everything for them. She's a primary passer, their top defensive player, and she also leads the team in total attacks and kills, so Penn State's going to look to her.
And Nebraska has a Player of the Year candidate in Allison West.